Let's talk now to Professor Jeffrey Sachs, who's an economist and public policy analyst. Welcome back to the programme, Professor. Good to see you. So what do you think this rise in tariffs will end up meaning for US-China relations?
It's very negative. It's not such a small matter that it's just going to be smiled away. The U.S. is turning blatantly protectionist. The excuses given by the administration or the explanations given by the administration are extremely weak. This is just overt protectionism. It violates the World Trade Organization rules, but the U.S. is just blowing off the entire world trading system rules. It's defensive. It is unilateral, of course. As your reporter just said, it is all domestic politics. But domestic politics is one thing. International relations, trade, the world economy, geopolitics is another thing. And games that might be played internally, and I don't think they will have much impact, by the way, on the election, but whatever games are played internally, when they violate basic principles of international relations, they have serious consequences.
So these tariff rises cover various industries, electric vehicles, a big one, solar panels, aluminium, steel, for example. Will these rises make any material difference to those industries, either in the US or in China?
Well, China is the world's low-cost producer of many of these goods. That's because China's been investing in these industries for 20 years. The United States has been debating about solar power. China has built up the world's largest photovoltaics industry. It's not a surprise that they can outcompete Europe and the United States. They've been working hard on it. They've been putting a lot of money into it. The same with electric vehicles. It is true, China would dominate the world electric vehicle industry because the companies are extremely competitive among themselves. There are hundreds of them, as you know, though a few big ones emerging. They are the lowest cost producers. They are fiercely competitive within China's own economy, which has been driving down the costs and driving up the production efficiency, and therefore they can outcompete the U.S. and Europe, which stood around saying, well, we don't know if we want to do this green economy stuff, this climate change stuff, for 20 years. But China got on with it. So this is the basic story. Now, what it means is that in the rest of the world outside the U.S. and increasingly protectionist Europe, China will have very, very little, essentially no competition from the United States and Europe. So China will absolutely be able to win over world markets in the emerging and developing economies.
So does Joe Biden then have a point that Chinese products are actually stifling the growth of American green technology?
In a way, yes, they're outcompeting American companies. All of the explanations given in this press release, though, about China's unfair trade practices and flooding global markets with artificially low-priced exports. No, he doesn't have a point there. He has a point that China is outcompeting the United States.
Jeffrey, great to talk to you as always. Thank you for joining us. That's Professor Jeffrey Sachs, the public policy analyst and economist.